and welcome everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
We're going to start with an email by one of our fans.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah Craig, and this is his email. Hi, John and Fish. Not sure if this is the right email for this, but I just wanted to say that I love the podcast, and you should keep going.
Wow.
I love the topics you guys are covering, especially about value. My name is Jeremiah Craig, and I just moved to Ithaca with my wife from Boston a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's cool.
We've lived all over, and so few music scenes have folks like you doing genuine good for local music. Since we arrived, I've been attending many open mics and trying to understand what the local scene is like. That's how I stumbled onto Rachel Beverly's page and then your podcast last night. And I binged all the episodes this morning.
Oh my gosh. This guy's a junkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I love the answers your guests have about value and how to market music in this digital day. I tried touring, couldn't make it work. I went on 5 tours, slept in my car, basically all the touring stuff. Then in 2018, I focused on something I valued outside of music and tied my music to it in content. I wear cowboy boots and started making YouTube videos about my experience wearing them as a born and bred Western New Yorker instead of the, stereotypical Texan thing. My channel grew incredibly from this. I was still able to include my music in that content and grow my listenership.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Then when the pandemic hit, I doubled down on it even more, and now I'm regularly sponsored by big boot brands, which allow me to do cowboy boot giveaways during my live stream concerts. This guy is doing it right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the conservative band you said you were a part of, except instead of focusing on politics, it's cowboy boots and all digital at the moment. Thanks for reading my story. I felt inspired to share after listening to the podcast episodes. You guys are talking about exactly what young musicians need to hear. Please keep up the great work, and I look forward to listening to more episodes. Hope to meet you guys at shows around Ithaca and the Finger Lakes. Cheers, Jeremiah Craig.
Wow.
Nice.
What a letter.
Jeremiah,
Yeah.
that's for you, man.
I got
That's a whole
it.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that email. I share it with the entire staff. We sent it to our board. It's exactly what we're here for. And that is to bring inspiration to a new generation of artists and to find solutions. We do talk about some things that sound a little negative or poke fun at some stuff, but really our goal is to find solutions.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
he found solutions.
Yep.
Well,
I was gonna say, he said.
So
No,
go
you
ahead.
No, go for it.
No, you.
No, you do it, man.
Jeez. Chip and Dale over here.
Yeah.
Well, listen, John, why don't you introduce our guest here? Because
Yeah.
people are hearing this third voice or seeing this person, and they're like, "Who is this person?"
So the man that you're hearing on the microphone is the man on the microphone most of the time here at New Vine. This is Hunter Taylor. He's a voice actor that we signed, 2-3 months ago.
I think it was right after my birthday, so March.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That far back. Dang. So welcome, Hunter Taylor, everybody. Voice extraordinaire. There he is. No, he is not Jack Black's son. He is my son, actually.
Oh my God!
I'm announcing it on the show right now.
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
my.
everybody. Mom, I'm
all right.
so embarrassed.
The illegitimate son. That's what it is.
Can you tell the resemblance, everyone?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's there. It's
Yeah, it's
totally.
so-
I've never
there.
been to a single Christmas or gotten a present, but it's okay.
Yeah, well,
I have his love in the studio, and that's what matters.
none of my kids get Christmas presents, so you're, Anyway, that's another topic
Yeah.
for another, actually never on the show.
So all right, let's jump right in, then, shall we?
Yeah.
So Hunter,
Sure.
tell us about this Older and Dumber thing.
So I would have wore a shirt today, but I couldn't find it. So Older and Dumber is the podcast that I do with my longtime best friends, Joey and Carter. Joey is a amazing comic book artist and just amazing person all around. Carter is this financial mogul guy who's smart and he's old, even though he's young. He's got a good soul. All of them are great. Carter's my brother. He's our dad here.
He is my other son.
Both of them are phenomenal. And then there's me, just the guy with the idea, I guess. But Older and Dumber is this podcast about 3 dumb friends just trying to make it on this planet we call Earth. We mostly just sit around, talk about each other's lives, how the world is changing and how it affects us, but then also talking about crazy theoretical things that could or could not happen, crazy topics. And then we talk about some serious topics like the kindness we find in the world and what we put into it and what we can get back, and kind of all over the place. But all in all, really fun. And it's mostly like a comedy podcast, but talk show.
Comedy with a serious bent.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun though. It's good. It's a great
Well,
time.
comedy is really not comedy for the people that it's happening to sometimes.
Yes.
So
Comedy's
it's only
subjective.
funny to other people. And then you're like, oh, that probably sucked to deal with that.
I feel like that all the time. We'll do an episode and I'll be like, guys, that was absolutely awful. That was a bad episode. Then we listen to it like a week later after the editor gets it, puts it all together, listen to it. And I'm like, wow, it's probably our best episode. Oh man. But
We never do that with our show.
No.
Do you listen to your episodes
No.
afterwards?
I try not to, but I do later.
Yeah.
We have to review them. So yeah.
They're good to, we'll
Yeah.
go through them.
Yeah. We're happy with our episodes.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Lately they've been really good. So, and
Well, now it's the best because
we've been practiced up. This is our 10th episode and you are the recipient of all our hard work up to this point. So
I feel honored. I feel just so warm inside.
well, good. Good.
No, it's great. I'm
It's
happy
probably
to be here.
that squeeze candy you're eating.
I love it.
I think it's radioactive. So this
really
is just
funny.
quick, and we're
phenomenal.
deviating super early in the
so
show.
early.
So lift it up for the camera.
Yeah.
We had this on a prior episode, and we all thought we were going to die after we ate it. And apparently, Hunter loves this shit.
No.
It looks like Ronald McDonald is pooping in your mouth.
X-rated stuff here.
Oh my!
I need a napkin. How
Oh my goodness.
So we found someone who actually enjoyed some of our strange candy.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You got like a sugar rush.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
all right.
you got most of it.
I think it's gone.
Is it
It's
gone? Got
Yep.
it? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
All right.
I saw David running for the napkin.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
I
So,
love it. It's phenomenal.
Hunter, why do you do voiceover work?
Okay, so short answer first is I'm really passionate about it, and voice acting brings a form of entertainment that really can make people feel emotions without something really being there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. And that's what like music does too.
Yeah.
And for voice acting, that's like the short answer is because it really helps people. But the long answer is ever since I was a kid, and me and my brother were growing up. Not Cars is real. When I was younger, my stepbrother William, we called him Wills. We grew up together. We ran around doing all kinds of crazy things and just living and thinking about the future and always wanting more and wanting to be great and known and like legacy, that type of stuff. And and later on, he was killed and in a horrible like highway accident kind of thing, which was very, very sad and very hard time in my life. And it really made me go through this kind of self-discovery kind of thing. And at the time, I was trying to make music, and it kind of pushed me forward to want to do more and try to really make that legacy we always talked about, and being able to make people enjoy something. And at first, I thought that was music, and I did hip hop rap for a little while.
Wow, man.
We made 2 mixtapes that are absolutely awful. And it was a lot of fun, and I really thought that was going to be the answer. And and then I worked for a phone company for a while and sold phones, and I was like, this is my life, blah, blah, blah. And when I finally left that place and discovered my local game store, which is like a board game shop, it's called Greatest Game Adventures. Went there for the first time and fell in love with it. Fell in love with the board games, the storytelling, everything. And then I had always heard about Dungeons and Dragons, and finally actually got to see it like one-on-one. And it really spoke to me, telling stories and creating these
worlds,
these interactive things that everyone works together to make, and joining together to develop stories that honestly make you forget about everything else and feel for this world that you make. And from there, that's what I wanted to do. I started playing Dungeons and Dragons a lot more, role playing, and doing these voices. That's where that started. And I started DMing, so creating stories and having players come in and creating these stories. And the biggest thing that really touched me was they're pieces of paper. They're things we just made up in our mind. It's literally like when you go outside and play pretend and swing sticks and be like, this is my huge power sword or my lightsaber. Like, but now we're all doing it together as adults, rolling dice and weird jewelry rocks.
Yeah.
But
they have whole game rooms in the city. Just like you show up, you pay $10 and you can like hang and just play all these crazy games that take like an hour to learn how to play.
But that's where it all started. And that's where I started doing like voices and stuff. And I got a lot more into watching like animes and stuff like that. And that's when it hit me is these memories that I mated?
You made it with memories.
Yeah, I guess. These all these memories I made with my brother, watching like Disney movies and cartoons and stuff, and remembering people like Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear and Tom Hanks as Woody, Billy Crystal as Mike Wazowski, Steve Bloom as Tom Toonami, all these different things, and realizing that voice acting is a huge part of entertainment because it creates memories. Because of those movies and those TV shows, every time I hear them, I can always go back and watch them because they're created. I can watch a movie anytime, especially with streaming service. It reminds me of those memories and those times I had with him and with all the other people in my life as well. I think that voice acting makes a way for people to have this time in life that they remember forever. And all the times I've ever cried at these things that aren't real, and it really makes me feel amazing and more connected with people in the world. So voice acting is my way to do that for others. And that hopefully someday, you know, if I do a show or I do a movie, whatever it is that I do someday, because I will do it someday. Someone will watch it, and that'll either get them through a tough time in their life or just make them happy or get to make that memory with their kid or brother or sister that they'll remember forever. And that's why
has to be the most amazing answer to date on this show. I mean, that was
tried not to cry.
No, man, there's a couple things that we could unpack there, but I'm going to keep moving forward for the sake of time. But one of the things I want to come back to is just your love for story. And there's something so deep in the human psyche and the soul, whatever you want to call it, that story is not something that is paper or dice or any of that stuff, but we all are drawn to it. And it sounds to me that you're drawn to story.
It's a huge thing for me.
And that voice acting is a primary way for you to connect with telling stories. And that's a great answer. So what is your dream role to play?
My dream role to play would be, I think probably 2 different things. 3 different things. 4 different things. 5 to 10 different things. Just kidding. But no, there's probably like three main ones that would really be my dream job or dream role. And that is main character in an anime, which would be really cool. I think also just the main character in any video game, or to be in a kid's show and have kids remember that as they grow up, like how I remember shows from when I was a kid, like Dexter's Laboratory and stuff, and be talking about it forever. Be that memory for a kid.
Yeah.
Any of those 3 would be the dream.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Dexter. Oh
Dexter's Laboratory.
That was the Russian.
and Eddie.
He was the Russian guy, right?
Huh?
Wasn't he Russian, Dexter?
He was more to look like a German scientist, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he had his brother Didi. Didi, get out of my laboratory.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, I think those would be really the dream is stuff like that. I think
that's awesome.
The main. I'd love to be in a movie, but I think
you do tend to
long.
lean into the youth voice thing with a lot of the work we've done with you.
Yeah, I'd love to have a deeper voice, but I just can't go very deep without it sounding stupid.
Yeah, you start sounding like a mobster when you go deep.
I'm just trying to get all my work done.
So it seems like you've just started out as a voice actor. You're kind of paving a way for yourself now.
Yeah.
And so my question, well, it's not really a question, but perhaps you could tell us a bit about some of the successes you've had and also some of the rejections, because rejection is just a part of the industry.
Yes. Okay. So we can talk about success first because that makes me happy.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
So first is before I came to New Vine, I had tried to do as many auditions as I could, blah, 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 all these things. I finally hit one. And right as I hit one is when I met New Vine and was able to start doing all the work for it here. And it was for a audio drama by Studio Reverie for an anime called ReZero. And it's further on in the story than the actual anime is. It's part of the books that have been written that the anime hasn't caught up to yet. But it's doing an audio drama for that. And I got the character of Roy Alfard, who is this Sin Archbishop. He's really cool. He's really fun to play.
Wait. That was Sin Archbishop?
Sorry, an Archbishop of Sin.
He's the Archbishop of Sin?
Yes, for gluttony.
That sounds like a big role.
Yes.
Anyway, keep going. Keep going.
But that was my first success. I mean, I had done some other like local stuff for like GEA, did some like YouTube commercial stuff for them. But this is the first thing I was like, damn, I get to be like a character. Like this is gonna be so much fun, and it gets so crazy. It's so high energy, and I really came off of that like super high.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, like this is great. I can't wait to do more. And that was like one of the big successes. And I've done a couple of other little things, but that was really fun too. And then we did like this commercial thing for a bank, which was really cool. And that's like the successes. That's the really cool is when you get that, it feels so good. Like it's, oh my God, it's awesome. And then even when people say like, oh, hey, that was great. I love how you did the voice. You're great, blah, blah. And because all the time I feel horrible. I always feel horrible about my performances until I see it later and hear it again. But that's successes. But then there's the rejection, which a lot of times is the much more fuller portion of it. I remember watching a podcast, you know, Joe Rogan's podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he did an episode where they talked about just actors in general.
Yeah.
And how acting is great. I love acting. I love it. Voice acting is acting. It's all phenomenal and I love it. But oh my God, the highs are high and the lows are super, super low. Because there are so many different auditions I can do. I do multiple auditions.
We have a whole folder of folders. So many.
All over it. And
that's right.
Most of that is just rejection. And it definitely stinks. And it hurts my soul. It hurts me more and more each time and keeps me down. But I just have to remember that, you know, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people doing it. I'm not going to get every role. I'd love to get every role possible.
There's so many people doing it.
There is. And, but it hurts a lot. And constantly being rejected definitely puts a toll on me.
Yeah.
And John's seen it. One week I'm like, let's go. We're doing this. Like, I'm so pumped. I'm yelling. We're doing Yeah. Next week I come in and I'm just like, what's up, John? Yeah, let's just run this commercial thing.
That's got to be so different, like compared to the music scene. Like, because in the music scene, you can get a gig. I mean, you might play for 10 people, but like you can still get gigs fairly easily.
That's a fair point.
But if you're doing voiceover work and you want to get a gig, you gotta audition every time for it.
Got to be the best every time.
You can't just be a band that sounds decent. Like you've got to actually audition.
It's got to be perfect. It's got to be right. And then a lot of times too, you'll get the rejection, and it's not that it wasn't perfect. It's just, hey, you're great, but for right now we just don't have something for you,
or just not right for that particular job.
There's weird technical things. We had one where there was an acceptance. And they're like, we hear a micro early reflection in the room. We need you to work it out. And by the time we got the problem worked out, they're like, we found someone else. Yeah. That was rough.
So that's definitely, it's all tough. So the highs are very high and the lows are very low. But the things that keep me going a lot of times is, well, John helps me out a lot. And like just the people around me. And, but the big thing is, like I said, when because those episodes for the ReZero just came out and people... Like, I was so worried. I'm like, this is going to be bad. I feel like the production isn't good. Like, I don't think the people who did it are going to do right. And then it was really good.
Oh, that's great.
And then everyone started being in the live chat like, oh, this is so good. Oh, I'm so happy this is back. Oh, Roy sounds awesome. And I was like, you guys are just fucking great. I'm typing back, I love you guys. You're so, I did this. I did that.
Awesome.
Thank you for the questions. Like, and then it makes me feel really good again. And it's great.
Well, I want to just highlight the fact that I've met very few positive people in just about anything, either whether it's in music or, you know, media or entertainment in general. And you've been an inspiration. I got to say.
Me?
Yes. You have a very powerful, positive spirit about you.
Woohoo.
And when you come into the studio, when you're in that mode, I'm like, dang, this guy just needs to be a motivational speaker, because it's like you've got this energy and you have vision and you're shooting at the goal and you keep coming back. And that resilience and that positivity, I think our listenership can benefit from. Everybody feels that rejection, and a lot of times they can turn bitter or they can just walk away. But really, you got to keep going.
You have to. You have to, because it.
Well, you don't have to, though. Like
A lot of people don't.
Like, yeah. So I think it's good to make that distinction too. Is like you don't have to keep going. If it's too much for you, you're allowed to stop. But
True.
if you want to be successful, you got to keep.
There you
going.
go.
That's really what it is.
It's that.
That's
passion.
it. That's a slam dunk statement, because
you gotta know what you want.
eh,
What do you want? What do you want?
there's all sorts of stories out there of people who keep going and going and going. I mean, you can go through history, and like the guy who invented the Model T Ford was in close to his 50s by the time he was successful. I mean,
I was gonna say the same thing like Oprah Winfrey. It took her forever, but boom, there it is.
And then you would argue, right, that the mere fact that you're still doing it means you're successful. So that's
I would say that.
another way to look at it too. Like you're doing it.
That's
like
right.
You're going through the process. That could be success.
Yeah.
Right there. Most people
and holding tight the reason through the rejection, like what you described in that answer, it's not necessarily even about the acceptance of those people. It's why. It's why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Let's jump into your character reel.
Oh my God!
Dang, we're gonna play that.
We gotta play the character.
We're gonna play that
reel.
shiz.
Do we
have Leo?
Yeah. Well, we'll.
Wait, you
do
should
the
do it right now.
Let's go through the whole thing.
Right.
Me.
So we'll jump into that, and then we'll come back for part 2.
And play.
Oh wow! Hi, I'm Leo. Hell, I thought it was weird, you taking such a low bounty, but I didn't put it past you. I mean, you're an idiot.
Those are all the dead ends he was chasing. Nothing about Solo's current. Wait a minute. Isn't that Crimson Dawn?
Come sit down and have a drink with me. Well, it's Nisama's grand return. Scarily, cutely, inevitably. But with hope, courage, and the power of friendship, they can overcome any obstacle and save the day. That's how I want to start the story, guys. Guys?
We need to get out of here. Right now. You want to fight them? Are you crazy or suicidal? Actually, don't answer that. Hey, Bokansi, Oche si bestum. Tana si mamasi, Damperiolo banka.
Who cares? The point is, $500,000 is just sitting there, waiting to be snatched up. Should have already had given up in this position. To make it so fun. How unfair! Unfair! Unfair!
So that was the reel.
Yeah, that was my character reel. Yeah.
The reel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, the person who lives in Iraq, did the music for me. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a cave somewhere.
Oh, right. Yes.
He's in a cave. We just send him emails and he does things and he sends them back sometimes.
He does a great job.
He does. He's a super talented producer, arranger,
Yes, he did
and a
really
drummer.
well.
And a drummer.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. When I
So
went
you
and
saw him the
guys-
other day? You saw him?
I did. I saw him the other day. He came into the store.
Yeah.
I was with a customer. I definitely 100% saw him. He walks to the Nintendo section, talking to the customer. I'm like, no. I'm like waiting for him to look at me. Doesn't look at me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to finish up with the customer really fast. He eventually starts walking out the door. And I'm like, hey. And then nothing. And I'm like, oh.
I'm
never
pretty
mind.
sure. I'm pretty sure he was on mission for his wife to pick up like light bulbs or something.
He was getting in his car. And I'm like, hello? Nothing. I'm like, cool. All right. So,
Yeah. Wait till you get married.
who knows? Someday.
Yeah.
So how do you put a reel together? Because that reel is pretty wild.
Luck, skill, a little bit of magic,
Okay.
potion brewing. No, when you
Prestidigitation.
yes,
That is a D&D term.
some D&D cantrips.
Yes,
in
it
here.
is.
No, to make the reel, it's a lot of figuring out what your best work is, going through either your finished, finalized work or going through a lot of your auditions, finding out what is your niche, what is the best voice you have, and what's your best roles, putting them together in a way that shows off your acting skill, your range, your emotion, the way you're able to keep a character, all those different things. But really, that's what you do with your reel is find a way to show off all those different things so that when someone listens to it, they instantly can be like, oh, wow, he really shows anger and that's what we're looking for. Oh, wow, that actually, I wanted to cry.
So it's like a comprehensive snapshot of everything you can do. Nice.
Very, very interesting. So that brings us to an unrelated segment.
What's happening?
It's called Strange Candy.
Oh, we do this every show. Well, we've been doing it every show.
Almost.
Look, he's eating
Not quite.
he's eating that pace.
Oh, man.
Look, dude,
I don't know how you do that.
That pace has been sitting around for 3 weeks. Open. Yeah. You know why? It
Absolutely
won't.
phenomenal.
You could leave it open. Why do they even have a cap? It will not
No, we did that.
deteriorate.
No, that was.
it doesn't really come out.
We featured that last week
Case it melts.
on the show, and we tried it. And was it 2 weeks ago? 1 week to do it 2 weeks ago.
No, I think we've had it for
Or
a couple
3,
weeks.
because
Yeah.
it was the Harry Nichols show, right?
You're correct.
Oh
Correct.
my God!
Yeah.
So you're right. And
Uh-huh.
oh man, it was not good. But Hunter,
Well, I'm glad you didn't like it because I love it.
loves. Yes, Hunter loves it.
I love
It's,
squeeze candy, man.
It's literally
phenomenal. Get it upside down.
Oh, I can't believe we're even talking about it
It
again.
looks like caulk would come out like for your
Oh,
house when you're
no,
painting.
no.
Yeah, that looks like a disease. I'm sorry.
It's so good.
You ever
I
seen
love
the
it.
movie The
delicious,
Blob?
apparently.
When it's
Yeah.
it looks like The Blob.
So we also
Throwing my
have
candy.
our tried and true.
We're gonna honor
yeah.
non-strange candy today.
Yeah.
That be Starburst. Starburst, if you're out there, we know you're not paying us for this right now, but we love you anyway.
This episode is not sponsored by Starburst.
Toss me one of those sweet Starburst. And you know
I
what?
should get a small one.
They even for people who are super freaking lazy, why don't you lift the bag up?
Like me,
Oh,
like
the
I'm about to do.
minis.
Yeah, just hold it up to your camera. Yep.
Minis.
Minis. Look, it literally says no wrappers. So if you're lazy,
Ah, yes.
that's
yes. That's a good one.
so here we are.
Can't believe I'm
Go
eating
ahead.
a yellow one.
Oh, that shows you're just dedicated to Starburst.
Yeah.
gonna see how weak I am.
Gonna eat them all.
Well, I guess you do have to open something.
Candy.
One wrapper.
So there's
these are nice and
there's a
small.
Snoop Dogg song called Candy, and it's one of my favorite music videos of all time.
All right.
It's called Candy, and I don't know why it just came up, but it's
So
fun.
Sam is always bringing snacks to the studio.
Yeah.
Anytime I've done session work with him, he's got something in his mouth. He's like, you ever watch Brad Pitt when he acts? He's always chewing on something. That's kind of like Fish, except he's not acting. He's just
Funny because Mike
Just
Wu,
your life.
Mike Wu said the same thing. He goes, Fish, you're a snacker.
yeah,
I am.
yeah, just constantly snacking, and he offers it to other people, which I appreciate.
That I do.
And that has been
That's the best kind of person.
kind of not strange candy.
Semi-strange candy.
Yeah, a little touch
Non-stranger
there.
candy.
Yeah,
Move another one.
stranger candies.
Stranger things.
That's
have
what I was
happened.
saying. Oh, you picked that
Oh,
up.
Stranger Thing candy things.
So good. Hey, did I see that you watched the final season?
It was blowing on my mind. It
Did you
blew
watch
my
season
mind.
3 as well? Like, because you said you stopped at 2. Did you watch 3?
I did. I went through.
Okay, good. Good. Because it only makes sense.
I
to do so.
cried so hard. They did such a good job.
So I did not see it, so I will not be able to participate in this.
I will not
That's okay.
speak of
I
it
don't-
any
So
further.
we
Won't
will
ruin it
talk
for you,
about
but-
something else.
So, absolutely.
Stranger Candies.
Stranger candies.
Brought to you by From the Vine. Speaking of Off the Vine, we do have a concert coming September 17th with 13 amazing bands from the local Ithaca scene. So if you haven't gotten tickets, get some fucking tickets, people. We got to sell these tickets, and it's going to be awesome. It's at Treman State Park. We're going to have an amazing headliner. You guys got to come out. You can barbecue. You can set up your tent. You can stay overnight.
Who's headlining?
It's the Gun Poets.
Careful with the tapping of the table.
Tapping
'cause-
this table so
I
hard.
want to look at it. I want everybody will pay attention to me right now.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so the Gun Poets are headlining, and we have 13 amazing band. Kite String's going to be there. Leo and the Maydays. We have Josh, who is Rev Ezra. We have all sorts of great bands. A lot of our New Vine bands will be there and artists. So come on out, enjoy, support music. It's so cheap. You guys, there's festivals out there are like $130 a
Oh,
ticket. This is an opportunity to spend an evening in the fall and see some new groups that are going to blow your mind. So at a cheap price. And we have 2 vendors. We have Lucky Hair Brewing and we have South Hill Cider.
Booyah.
You said Lucky Hair?
Lucky Hair.
Oh, I drank a couple of their beers.
Yeah, they have good stuff.
It's okay. It's good.
So make sure to come on out. Anyway, that was a little side thing.
It's called an ad.
Yeah, it was basically an ad. So we got a segment here. Fish, tell us about this segment.
Well,
Oh, wait.
I think before we get to this segment, we should. I want to ask you about your relationship with video games.
Oh, it's rocky.
Expand on that for us.
Are you in counseling?
Yes, we're in counseling together. We've been going for a while. But no.
I just spilled White Claw all over myself.
I told you it's too big of a cask.
I know, dude.
I'm telling you, he's getting crunk on this episode. He's getting turnt.
Turn.
Fucking blazing. No, yeah, my relationship with video games is pretty good. I love video games. I love playing. I've been playing since forever. It was one of the big things. How me and my brother bonded at first was video games, and it's been in my life for a very, very long time.
Nice.
All types of different ones too. Love them.
Yeah, I ask because I too was very into video games. I've kind of taken a bit of a hiatus as of late, but and as I was saying before, I'm pretty sure we've met before.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
I've been
before.
into that GameStop, and I've gotten some like Luigi's Mansion 3, just super fun. A lot of like Nintendo Switch games, and it was just kind of a really good stress reliever.
Yeah,
in a
video
lot
games
of ways.
are phenomenal. It's crazy how they've changed as an entertainment.
True.
Because at first it was just a way to kind of just get your mind off stuff, right? You know, arcade,
right.
Pac-Man left and right, Rockets, blah, blah.
And it's very community.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
I was there pumping quarters into Rampage.
Yeah.
When you were just a glint in your mother's eye.
Rampage World Tour.
So let me tell you.
Your own eye, is that what you meant to say? If you're like, I can't say myself.
Yeah. We can't talk about that here, but keep going.
No, they've changed so much as an entertainment. At first, it was just a way to, go back and forth. I mean, Pong being the first thing, right? It's just tennis, but on digital. How they've changed from this getaway to just, we can get the high score to, oh my God, these are movies. They're phenomenal. They're cinematic marvels.
I was going to say
insane.
that.
A big example, and what I think has changed all of like video gaming is The Last of Us. It was a PlayStation exclusive, phenomenal game.
Yeah, it's an
one
incredible
of the
game.
biggest games.
The second one I think is actually better than the first
Second one's phenomenal.
Yeah.
A lot of people disagree, and that's another discussion.
Sure.
But no, just how they used mocap and how they really they used the room and really their acting and emotion. One of the first games to really capture that, and no joke. Am I allowed to swear? I don't know.
Yeah.
No shit made me cry in the first 10 minutes. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like video games have gotten to a point where it's just, I don't need to go to the movies. This is a movie. And
No,
I play it for longer.
I totally agree, and I was literally going to say it before you started that they're
stole your
movies.
spotlight.
They're interactive movies.
Yeah. And the voiceover talent, that's kind of the tie-in there too.
Yeah,
It's like-
that's what I want.
I think
want
there's
to
a lot
be
of
that.
that. So to be in a game, to like be the guy.
Yes, be
Well,
that.
in fact, so are we moving towards something right now?
Well, we are actually.
Oh,
We're
okay. I was going to
we're
go somewhere, but now
moving-
we're moving this way.
We're moving
so.
into the we're moving into the lyrics with no context.
Oh God!
Oh man, I think we're gonna do it.
It's out there.
So
Why am I missing that page?
Oh, they're double sided.
Oh, you didn't flip
Oh,
it.
you got all eco. Now I know where I'm at. Oh, fish.
This guy can't flip.
Eco-friendly here at New Vibe.
Eco-friendly.
Yes.
This episode is very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, John. I think I'm gonna start this off here.
Oh my God, I missed all of those cue points. And you were looking at me like, you're supposed to say this. And I'm wondering why he's giving me the evil eye. And I'm just like,
shit.
he didn't tell me that the freaking script was double-sided.
So funny.
Anyway, here we go.
So we'll actually do a little flipperoo. So we'll do this lyrics with no context. Then we'll do the Ray Bradbury because you read a short story.
I did.
Right?
A short story. It's one of the things I'm doing.
So we'll get to that short story,
Yes,
but
yes.
first,
Shortly, we'll get to the short story.
shortly we'll get there. I'm gonna read a song lyric, totally out of context.
Can we explain this to the listener a little bit better? I
Yes.
just
Would
think
you explain it? Would you
some-
explain it?
No, you do a better job.
Yeah.
You do a better job.
So
Tell them that are still like, what the heck is going on right now?
What is it called? What is this?
So Dave, our engineer here, hi Dave.
Hi, Dave.
He suggested we do some lyrics without context. There is an Instagram page dedicated to just snippets from songs, just lyrics taken out of context.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of interesting. It's kind of
There's some interesting imagery put behind it.
Yes, there's imagery behind it as well. There's memes. It's kind of a meme thing. And it's very just reminiscent of like how things are today. There's so much shit that is taken out of context.
Yeah.
Some people understand it, what context is, and some people don't understand what context is. It's very confusing. Anywho,
Yeah.
this will be fun.
Yes, here we go.
Here's the first song lyric.
Let's go.
I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. Frank Sinatra, that's life.
Wow.
He got that from my diary.
Okay, Hunter.
You're next, Hunter.
This
What
is
you
yours.
got?
This is yours, Hunter.
Oh, we're not going to discuss it?
See, now I'm on
Oh,
track.
man, we could discuss it.
Is that what it is? We discuss
We
what
can
think?
discuss.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Oh, I don't know. It's
How did he come up with
basically-
that?
Well, I think he did it. I think he did it on a normal basis.
done
He done did it. You know what I'm saying?
man.
No, I think that I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. That's life. That's literally the song. That's life all the time. Like I'm saying, the low is in the low. That's what you want to feel like. You just want to go home, roll up, sit in the fetal position, and a lot of times you just want to die, but not really die. You know,
And then
it's
you
just
Netflix and chill.
And then you right.
Just Netflix.
Netflix and sit still.
Dave
more
is
than
shaking his head in the studio.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like,
we don't want to know about this shit. Anyway,
take on that real life perspective. You know?
we do.
What do you think?
We do here at New Vine. All right. So this is yours.
Oh, I'm the next one. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
the
yeah.
next one.
Uncle Sam could never teach me how to Dougie. Mac Miller, Malibu.
That was good.
I
That
don't
was
know
well
what to
done.
say about that.
That was well done.
Yeah.
That should be in the promo.
Yeah.
John, you've got this last
Okay. Oh God, what are you making me do? Remember that time I put those pepperonis on your face, made you a creature? Now I think about you every time I eat pizza. Oh. Calvin Harris.
Oh,
Faking it.
Wow,
God.
pure poetry
Yes.
by Calvin Harris right
it's
there.
actually in the song. That's a real line.
Yeah.
Literally, drugs were involved.
You know what? No, you got to say, though, the use of the off rhyme is very creative.
That's true.
Though. Creature and pizza. Great off rhyme.
No, it's abstract.
Definitely.
Yeah, totally.
is. Like this show.
This show is definitely the abstract episode.
Yes.
Sure.
So let's get to this short story now. As we said, it's a Ray Bradbury. It's called There Will Come Soft Rain.
Let me talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Hunter approached us as a voice actor, and he is more than just a voice actor because he's like, I have this cool idea. Let's
I
put
have them
together.
sometimes.
Yeah, it was a cool idea. Let's do a short story, voiceover type scenario with some minimal
drama.
sound effects.
Yeah.
You know, my friend,
Your friend or my friend?
no, your friend,
Joey.
Joey mentioned this story, which is a name again. It's soft.
There will come
There will come some brains. I'm always afraid I'm going to say it wrong. And I read this and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
And
it's a
I need to
story. It's
read
good.
way more Ray Bradbury. This guy was way ahead of his time. And I think it was genius to put this together and to put some sounds to it. So we're going to listen to a portion of that. And here we go.
Yeah. In the living room, the voice clock sang.
Tick tock, 7 o'clock. Time to get up. Time to get up. 7 o'clock.
As if it were afraid that nobody would. The morning house lay empty. The clock ticked on, repeating and repeating its sounds into the emptiness.
7-9, breakfast time. 7-9.
In the kitchen, the breakfast stove gave a hissing sigh and ejected from its warm interior 8 pieces of perfectly browned toast, 8 eggs sunny side up, 16 slices of bacon, 2 coffees, and 2 cool glasses of milk.
Today is August 4th, 2026.
Said a second voice from the kitchen ceiling.
in the city of Allendale, California.
It repeated the date 3 times for memory's sake.
Today is Mr. Featherstone's birthday.
Wow.
Pretty good.
It was it's surreal, it's terrifying, and scarily accurate.
Oh yeah, it's
His story.
It's really good. It's a very
When did he write this?
bleak look into the future. In the time before now.
Well said. Well said.
I think and please forgive me out there if
I
you're
can't remember if it's the
a
20s or
literary
the
person,
40s.
but I think it was the 30s or the 40s.
Yeah, very possible. Yeah.
And the stuff in the story is so ridiculously close to today. Mm-hmm. It's mind-blowing. It's crazy.
It's really crazy how what he thought of is things that are like very possible right now.
Yeah, dare I say prophetic
mm.
in a strange way. Yeah. You know, everybody hates that word, but I think it's kind of cool. So,
well, the best writers were prophetic.
yeah.
I just think that's how it goes. The best writers, like all the dystopian novels.
Yeah.
Like those are just
They're telling the
very
future. They
accurate.
see something that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Cat's Cradle, how science ends up destroying the world.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Can
So-
also save the world, but, you know,
Unfortunately, we don't handle it too well. So, the next thing we're going to do,
super excited.
yeah, we're going to do something with our voiceover actor, and it's called Voiceover Test.
Voiceover test.
This is where I fail. I always fail at tests.
I keep hitting the table.
Yeah.
Dave is like,
Yes, you
please,
do.
I don't want to warp stabilize this shit.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you won't have to stabilize it. We'll work around it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do this voiceover test because
Okay.
Tests are hard.
You
I'm not
inspired
very
us,
good at
though, Hunter. You inspired us being here, being a voiceover talent. The only voiceover talent that I know in Ithaca. I'm sure there are others, but
I hope there is.
I
I hope there is.
yeah.
I would like to do more work with other people.
not a huge. I mean, how is the scene here for voiceover talent?
I'm the only voiceover I know here in it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
threw a
I-
party
That I
and
know.
Hunter showed up.
yeah.
I know they're out there though because
And he
I
ate his, candy
internet-wise
paste.
talk to more than myself. So,
Sure.
but in town, I don't know any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll change that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
So this one is a comedy trailer. And we're going to have Hunter do this first one.
And then, John, you've got the last line.
I've got the last line.
And then I've got the little descriptive thing.
Okay.
But remember, this is a fake comedy trailer.
A trailer. Is it a commercial?
It's a trailer for a movie,
Okay.
fake movie.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay. Here we go.
My 88-and-a-half-year-old Grandma Jo claims she used to walk miles every day just to get to school. So I'm putting her to the test. We'll see if she can get me to New York in time to meet our favorite movie star. Can your granny do that?
Shot of Grandma Jo gripping the wheel of a speedboat. Elliot screams as they make contact with a wave and catch air.
Or this?
88 and a half miles. Coming soon.
Put some music, some effects behind it.
Yeah, not too
A
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too
We'll do
bad.
the speedboat thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
we
trying to
could
be like, or this. In
we
the
could
air.
throw that in there. That's
I mean, my part was easy because everything that's the guy is John LaFontaine. So whatever.
Miles.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, that was well done. So we got another one. This one is
Okay. Satirical horror / comedy / surreal movie.
Yeah.
So many slashes.
Okay.
Yeah, too many slashes. And this
Vecna
is all of us
/1
again.
/ Henry.
We're gonna just
Imagine
yeah.
the sullen start with sudden jolting sounds. Dun, dun.
Yep.
This summer,
I could have sworn this is where I left my car.
no one knows what the hell is going on.
So you want 2 peanuts, a cashew, and some oat milk? Are you kidding me?
Why are you yelling at me?
This summer,
Dude, you said that already. And where the hell is my oat milk?
Coming right up, Derek.
You're weird.
this summer, experience the story no one wanted to know about. Milktown. This is from the strange mind of
That was pretty good.
Sam Fishman.
I wrote that.
That was
Yeah,
pretty great.
I wrote that.
All right.
That
Thank
was
God I know where I am in the script here.
definitely strange.
Okay.
That's just fun though. Like,
It
and you
is.
know
I hope
what?
I made your vision come true.
Oh,
That's
dude,
that's all I
it's
care
fantastic.
about.
Well, this is a break from the norm, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
It's like most artists are like, yeah, I play music and like I can't get into shows and shit.
Well,
other
come
guest
on
is
now.
like,
Let's
"Oh,
not
thanks."
let's
Well, no,
let's
then
not
there's-
generalize here. You know? Let's not
I'm just
generalize.
joking. I'm just joking. But then we got a voice actor, and we're like, oh, we got to take this opportunity.
Hey, I'm here for you.
We do have some exciting, and I think we'll start to probably incorporate this into future shows. Because like this is great to be more like to use your craft on the show.
Yeah.
We have something coming up with me and Ashley are planning to do a drum duet.
Yep.
In studio.
It's going to be super fun.
And then we're going to talk about it afterwards.
We're going to spend a whole day, set up the drums, do some cool lighting. I'm dead serious. We're going to mic it right, and we're going to it's going to be a classic drum duel.
So there'll be stuff like that happening. And so maybe if we can do more of that with other musicians if they want, like just action stuff on the show, kind of.
Yeah. I'm willing to come back for any improv you want. I'm here.
Yeah,
for whatever you want to do.
That was fun, man. Milktown could be a movie. That's the thing. Like it really could. Milktown.
I could see it. I could drink it almost.
One carton.
But we should keep talking. Yeah, I mean, this has been.
So we have a bunch of the work that you've done, but the one character that started it all for you was with the production called...
I don't know. Just kidding. Studio Reverie.
That's right. And they're producing...
They are producing the audio drama of ReZero.
ReZero.
Yep, ReZero.
And you talked about it in the front end.
Yes.
So we're going to play Roy Alphard, the thing that got you going.
Yes. Get ready. It's loud.
Okay. Here he is.
How nice. This has become fun. That Nisama is, that Ricardo-san is. They both are fighting this great battle, and we are their opponent. Even though us, with our weak bodies, absolutely can't do it. Can't reach it, can't see it, can't understand it. Should have already had given up in this position. To make it so fun. How unfair. Well, it's Nisama's grand return. Scarily, cutely, inevitably. We always thought about it. We always felt it. That it was different. That it was just some luggage. How that it used to be. How's that now? What a nice feeling. So it was such a feeling. That feels so nice. We finally get it.
And that was Roy. He's a little high strung.
Oh yeah, he's up there. He's not having a great time all the time, but he makes sure he can. He's real high strung, I'd say.
Well, and he has a
twin.
He has a twin brother.
Yes, so he has a twin brother named Leibet and Katos. I play both characters. Roy, and they're all the Archbishop of Gluttony. So they want to eat. They're always eating. They're eating.
It explains the bit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And Roy is the more... He's very impulsive. He's very quick to action. He's very loud, and like he just wants it now, like right now. There's nothing else that can stop it. Whereas Lei, he also wants to eat, but he's more proper about it, more calm, more kind of scary in that kind of tone, where it's like more posh kind of.
Yeah.
But they both they want to eat. That's their thing. Roy doesn't care what it is, whereas Lei has a particular taste. But I play both of those characters, and their whole thing, they're like power. Is they'll when they eat, the eating is not just literally food, it's people, it's names, it's concepts. They can eat them, and then it makes everyone forget about it as if it didn't exist.
Wow.
But they remember everything about it. So as an example, my character, which every time I'm on, people are like, I still can't believe you did that. I didn't do it, but Roy ate one of the main characters named Rem. And everyone in the show has forgotten who Rem is, except for the main character because he's from somewhere else. That's a whole other thing you get into. But anyway, he ate that person, making it so that her name, her existence, everything about her, memories, gone. Except Roy and Lei, they remember all of it. Their name, all their memories, everything, and everyone they've ever met. So when they meet people, so they are meeting Roy for the first time, Roy knows everything about them.
Yeah.
And that's also why he's crazy, because he's got multiple personalities, voices, memories going on in his head at all times.
Well, tell me how important it is for you to understand the character before you can act the character.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because it sounds like you.
Yeah, without knowing the character, like I didn't really know ReZero that much when I went to go do it, but I looked up the character, and that's how knowing the character is really what's helpful in figuring out how they're supposed to act. Because just getting the description, Roy Alfard, child, kind of crazy, a villain. Okay, that's not really much, but I can go off of that. But when you really learn the character, what it is they're about, what their intentions are, their motives, you can feel it more and really be it. And I think for Roy himself, I think that's what makes well, not to toot my own horn, but the production of it so good and my portrayal of it so good is because I feel that. I am him in that moment.
Yeah, I feel like musicians are the same way. In a way, musicians are actors. Every song is different. The meaning of the song is different. The emotion of the song, and they have to act the part out through the music they're playing.
It's their movie, their TV show, though.
No, it's true. And having an understanding of that, I think, is key. Yeah,
That's an interesting point. I think some more than others for sure. Like Alice Cooper is definitely, or Kiss.
Yeah.
Those are definitely, they're actors. I mean, they're portraying characters. You know, if you're going to like a jazz club, they're maybe acting and not quite on. It's a different level of acting, I think.
Sure.
You know,
sure.
they're very much just like getting into that music,
Right,
and really doing a deep dive into all that. It's, yeah.
Well, and
it's
the
different.
but the interesting thing is I think the people that are the real tastemakers, or the people that are like really critical about this kind of stuff, they're listening to the nuances of how well that's coming through the parts.
Yes.
Or the people that are playing them. And I think in the same way, acting or even voice acting is very much that way.
Yeah.
You know?
There's saying the line and there's really saying the line.
Right.
There's a lot of different, there's ticks, there's how you influx your voice, how you emphasis a letter or a word, or how you pause. It all matters. It's it's acting.
Who's a voice actor that you kind of look up to?
Steve Bloom, Troy Baker. Those are two big ones for me.
What have they done?
So Steve Bloom is huge. He, actually, he was the #1 voice actor for the most credits in video games, but Jennifer Hale just beat him. So now she's in the Guinness World Record, which she's amazing as well. And Mark Meir, sorry, he's amazing as well. So Steve Bloom does things like, have you ever watched Naruto? Probably not watched Naruto.
No.
Well, do you know who Tom Tsunami is?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So on Cartoon Network, it used to be the Adult Swim portion and Toonami, and he was like the host. Like he'd be in a spaceship, he'd walk down, he'd be like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna watch Inuyasha now and talk about like this and that." And that was Steve Bloom. He's been there like forever. He also does a lot of Star Wars credits too.
Yeah.
Amazing. Troy Baker is Joel in The Last of Us. That's Troy Baker.
Okay.
That's
Troy
awesome.
Baker, phenomenal as well. He
Yeah,
also is in Naruto and all these different things.
Wow.
Jennifer Hale is, she was one of the, did you ever watch Probably not. Totally Spies? It was a
No.
cartoon. No. That's embarrassing.
Although I used to watch Shin-Chan. Do you remember that show?
Shin-Chan.
Shin-Chan.
No.
It was an Adult Swim show. They took there's a whole nother level of voice acting where they took I think it was a Japanese show maybe, but they took they translated it, but they did not translate it. They just took the cartoon and wrote a completely different script to the cartoon.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
That's cool.
And turned it into this hilarious,
That's awesome.
funny show. Yeah.
That's cool.
So the voice actors were doing a totally original script they just changed the script essentially.
Yeah.
Nice.
That actually is happening quite a lot lately, where there's the actual Japanese and then there's the translation, but then studios will go, no,
right,
They'll
right.
just put their
They'll
own
do their
stuff
own
in.
their own
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
It's really funny.
yeah, it's hilarious, man. My
Well-
brother and I used to watch that.
I gotta say, this has been an awesome time.
Hey, it's been a
Hunter.
lot of fun. I
And-
hope it was as good enough for you as it was for me.
I feel like it went fast.
It went fast.
I feel like we didn't. I don't know how long have we been.
I
chatting?
actually think it's probably longer than we thought. But
Dave,
we were
how
having
long we've been
fun.
chatting for? A little
Eh?
over an hour.
That's
Okay,
about-
yeah,
that's about
that's
right.
usually sort of what we do.
Yeah, we did an hour and a half last show,
Nice.
and I was reprimanded.
You were reprimanded?
Yes, I was.
What? Unacceptable.
No. So thanks for being here, and tell everybody where you're at so they can visit you on the socials
Oh, I was gonna say where I'm at. I'm in this chair.
in virtual land.
Yeah, in virtual land. Well, the biggest thing you can do is find me through Older and Dumber on Instagram and Twitter, or literally the internet. Just type in Older and Dumber. That's N, the letter N, not and.
Good.
And you can find me plus my other 2 hosts. And then you can find me by just searching Hunter Taylor or Voice of Hunter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys just put a bunch of merch out.
Yeah,
So talk about
we
that.
did. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, we just put a bunch of merch out. It's really good. And we did a photo shoot. We had a good friend go and do the photography for us. I don't know if I can say his name.
You can say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
had Caleb do the photography. It was phenomenal. It was really good. Got a couple models. Got Leo from Leo in the May Days
Yep.
is one of our models. Got a couple big Twitch streamers to do it as well. Had them come out. We took photos, and it looks good.
Yeah. Everybody did a great job.
Yeah, big old logo, Older and Dumber. That's why I wish I found the shirt, but I didn't find my shirt.
Oh, it's
Wait, well, who's the little logo, the little character?
Yeah, there's a little logo. It's a piece of poop. He is poop, but his name is Dippy. He is our mascot for the show because people who listen to our podcast, we call them little dipshits.
Oh my
They are
God.
our little
Man,
dipshits.
they're just being punished.
It reminds me of that movie where it was the South Harmon Institute of Technology, and so they were the shitheads. Oh my God.
So where can they find your merch?
They can find it at places. On our Instagram, we actually have our shop open there. And you can purchase right through that. Or you can literally search Teespring, Older and Dumber. And that's where you can find our shop.
Yeah, I hope you all listen to it or check it out. It's a really
it's
fun
good.
podcast.
It's funny.
My actual son, Carter, is on it. And if you all haven't figured it out, Hunter's not my actual child.
Yeah,
What? Although I treat him much better than my real son, so that's part of the thing. But the deal
I just
is,
see you a lot.
yeah, that's true. I think that's what
it is.
Time is quality, is it not? So check it out. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our podcast, do so on Spotify or iTunes. Please also do it on YouTube. It seems like a lot more people watch it on YouTube for some reason. But go ahead and do that. And if you know anybody that's into music or entertainment, obviously we cover more than music. We love the music world, and Newvine is a part of that. But Newvine also has a wider scope and spectrum, and we desire to be a record label, but we also desire to facilitate awesome people like Hunter.
Yeah.
So
it's one of the great things I love about you guys.
yeah, we
Newvine
want to
is-
be multifaceted and encourage new artistry and new people in the business. So check it out. Also, www.newvinerecords.com. We have a festival there. And check out the festival. Again, get your early bird tickets. We're about to update that. And if you see flyers around town or if you guys see us online, please click through, buy that ticket. And for now, we're going to take off. Fish?
All right. Well, it's been real, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks.
Compression!
David's losing it.
No, that's a good. We should just make
shit.
like
Yeah.
30 seconds. Just make sounds.
Sounds.
Yeah, just whatever we want.
Sounds you want.
No, anything.
Oh, he's already recording. This guy's did it
Check.
like secret.
Who is Fish? That's your new. That's your new sound icon.
That was good. I like that.
Oh crap, guys! You're throwing me on the spot here. No inhibitions. I can't.
Fucking lightsabers.
Oh, I just farted.
No, it's like this.
It's the man with the smallest asshole rips one.
My heart is toilet humor. John knows that.
Yes.
You're gonna pop a blood vessel there. Top 10 farts.
When it's just so hard, you crack your back.